Hello everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More. Today I thought I'd show you how to do some rhinestone earrings. So here's one version of it, and these taper down to the one side there and each way, and then this is the one I'm going to show you how to do. So I've got the two different colors of rhinestone chain. So this comes by the meter, and I've just cut some pieces to use to make the earring. And then mixed into it is what we call bead chain, which is a chain that you can actually thread beads on, but in this case I'm not threading any beads on it, I'm just using it as a decorative element. So I'm just going to move these off to the side here and I'll show you how to get started. So I will post a supply list at the end of this video, so if anyone wants to follow along and get the supplies to make their own. But this is a bead slide. It's used primarily for bead loom work, to put on the end of your bead loom stuff, but in this case we're using it for a slightly different purpose. And then I've got a bead I'm going to put above an eye pin, and I've got in this case a lever back. I did put shepherd hooks on the other ones. So let's get started here. So this bead slide has the channel down at the bottom of it here that you can add your beads into. If you need to make it a little bit bigger, you can just take your round nose pliers and just kind of work it a little bit larger. I didn't find when I made the other earring I didn't need to do that, but it's up to you. So these guys, I actually counted the links, and I cut 15 links for the outside ones and 17 links for the middle one. You can make them as long as you want, you can make them as short as you want. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to just slide it in. And what I didn't do is show you what to do with bead chain. Now the bead chain doesn't have anything on the end of it. So I'm just going to take a 2mm crimp bead here. And it doesn't matter what color it is because you're actually going to hide it. And I'll just take my needle nose pliers here and squeeze it down on that one. So I will do the same thing with the other one. I did cut the bead chain a little bit longer than the rhinestone chain because I actually like it to hang below, but that's personal preference. You can cut it whatever length you like. Okay, so now that I've got that, we'll keep threading them into this cap here. So now I can take my bead chain with the crimp bead on the end, and we'll slide it in. If I can get it lined up here. There we go. This is where I was saying it might be tight and you might have to open it up a little bit more. It is tight to get that in, but it did go in. So we'll get our middle one on. The other piece with the bead chain. And our last one here. All right, so I've got everything in there now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this down on my mat here. And I'll just take a pair of pliers, and all I'm going to do is come down on top of that other end of the cap. And by coming down on top, I can squish it down. And it doesn't look like it's completely closed here, so we'll just take it and squeeze it a little further. There, now I've got that. Now if you'd had to open up your bead slide a bit, you might find that these turn around in it. This one on the outside edge is turning. And you want them all to face forward here, so all I'm going to do is just come in and squeeze down. And all it's doing is taking that gap that you slid everything into and getting rid of it so that it holds everything nice and tight. I find you have to pay a little more attention to the outside one, especially the last one you put in, because that's the one that's going to move around more. The advantage of this chain is that it actually is color coded on the back, so it's not going to show as bad if it does. You do end up having one turn around. So that's the actual rhinestone piece. Now I'm just going to line this up, and these guys are a little bit long. So compared to the other earring, I'm just going to come in and cut off any extra here. I think those are pretty decent. I might take another look once I'm off camera here. But then I'm going to take my eye pin, hook it to the top of this. So I'm coming in and I'm just going to close it back up here. Thread my bead on. I'm going to hold the bead and I'm just going to bend the wire over. And the reason we do that is because I'm going to take the pliers now and come back around. So I've got it like this. I'm just going to rotate my wrist around here and create my loop. And then I'll just open it up a little bit and hook my end on. So that's a basic little pair of rhinestone earrings. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good day.